We are going to start talking about geometry, and I want to start talking about some of our vocabulary terms that we have. So we're going to start off with points and lines and rays, and I think that's going to be a fairly easy beginning for you. When we look at this, a point, oops, would help if I had a little ink. That's a point, okay? Sometimes it's called an end point, but a point or an end point if it comes at the end of some sort of line. It's just a point, and we need to be able to call them something. So lots of times if you have one of these things floating around, there'll be a letter next to it. So you call that point A. Not very complicated. A point is just one particular spot, one particular point in a plane. That's all it is. Then we have lines. A line has an arrow in either direction. A line goes on and on forever. And it's not like this, okay? It's a nice straight line going on forever in either direction. Now, lots of times you'll see them with little points on them. If there are arrows at the end of it, it is a line. It means I go on forever that way. Why don't they do that right here? We don't have forever on the smart part. It goes on forever in each direction. And again, these are usually labeled with letters. So that means this is line BC. We just do that so we know what to call it. Occasionally you'll see someone's forgotten to put the points on the line. That happens sometimes. I don't want you guys to do that, but if you see it, I don't want you to be confused. That's just line GH. That's how you identify it. Lines go on and on forever, straight, without touching. And then we have something called a ray. We've seen those before because this is the sun. Maybe I should color it in. Can you recognize it now? And these are rays coming off the sun. They start at the sun and they go forever in the other direction. This thing right here, it starts at a particular spot or point. Let's call that A. And then it goes on forever in this direction. This thing's called a ray. You can kind of see where it gets its name, just like why we call the rays of the sun. They start at the sun and they head forever down to the ground. And for this, you draw a ray, and this would be called ray what? A, B. Difficult? I don't think so. That's the basics for what is a point, one spot on a plane. What is a line? Goes straight forever and ever. And then a ray, it starts in one spot and goes forever in one direction. You can also have it face this way. Have it face this way. Okay, they go on and on. They have a particular starting point, and then they go on and on forever, one direction. Make sense? We have to practice these vocabulary words, so I want you to practice point, line, and ray.